Hello Leo, this is your July 16th, 2016, July 31st, 2016 read. I'm using the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland for the main read, and the Indigo Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Charles Virtue for the advice cards. Decks have been pre-shuffled, so let's get right into it. I'll try to make sure this is where you can see them easily. There we go. Hoping you can see these. I'm trying to do my best to make sure you guys can see the cards, because I know when I see other readers, I like to see the cards myself as well. And let's get this one. All right. Well, we are going into your birth time here. In this, we're starting in there, and no surprise that this is going to be a great time for you. You are definitely a strong character. It's coming through right in the very beginning. Even before we get in your sign, no shock. You're already in the lead. You have things going on. Things are, when you hit your sign, like when we go into your sign, the closer we get to it, things are really going your direction. You're doing what you want. This is your time to shine. Like, things are going well. I mean, especially closer to the 31st, like, you're just loving life. As things around you go, I'm sure you're not shocked to find that, you know, your strength can sometimes be a bit too much for other people, which is fine, because they usually realize, you know, it's not coming from a negative place. It's just you're very determined, which is a beautiful thing, and you get things done. It seems like it ebbs and flows around you, like, you know, it comes in bursts, maybe a little too strong for some people. Then they're just loving, you know, as you're hitting that success and growth part, they're just loving it. It's kind of like when you're making things happen, make it a little rough because, you know, hey, we got to get some results here. This is what I want to happen. Like, almost like I'm thinking of like a family vacation. Like, I'm planning for this vacation. It's going to work out. Let's get this done. We got to get this done too. You know, have everything planned and ready to go. And then when the vacation comes, it's a great vacation because, you know, you kept things going, you kept things moving. And people enjoy the vacation that much more because of it. And then, you know, they get to rest and look back and be like, you know, all right, yeah, all right. It may have been a little harsh, but still it was right. It worked out. You know, can't complain. I enjoyed the whole vacation. And of course, this is a general read, so however it works out for you, there's so many different variations. But I feel like you come into it strong. As we get into your sun sign here, you know, around the 20th or so, I'm not sure exactly this year what day it actually goes in there, but hey, it's going to go your way. I feel like you're having a good time the whole way through. I just think that people around you, like, might want to, like, as we move in, like, just before we hit that Leo time frame, they might be like, oh, I just want to take a nap. And you're like, no, you're not taking a nap. We got things to do. And that's not for everybody, of course. It's a general read, so I feel like you're very determined. Things are going well. As we go into your sign, flows perfectly for you. I am getting here, though, like the advice cards is to let people relax a little more. I feel like you're very determined and want things done. I think that's what's going on. But you can afford to let, you know, let the reins back a little bit. I feel if you do, that's going to work to your benefit in the long run, if you can do that. Like, sometimes we get going and it's strong and it's time to move forward. I'm not a Leo, I'm a Pisces, but I have a couple Leos in my life, and when they get going and they're on the ball and they're in the midst of it, they just go, 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 and they really don't like it. At least the ones I know, they don't like it when you kind of try to change their course. They're like, keep going, come on, let's go, let's keep moving. And if you can hold back a little bit and maybe just let people breathe a little, in the long run, it will work out. Like, I feel like you do have a plan. It's just like letting the plan have a little more space to breathe, a little more, you know, slack in it. Like, if you can plan for it, like, I feel like you're going to keep going during this time frame. Like, it's just kind of like one after the other for you. But you thrive in that, if that's how you're going to do that. This isn't for all Leos, but I think there's a couple Leos I know of. When they get started, they just keep going, and they just go, go, go. If you can, you know, let those around you have a little more slack and realize, you know, they don't have that abundant energy or drive that you do. Like, you have a great amount of drive, which is such a beautiful thing. Not everybody has that, which you probably realize. Although you might wonder, why don't they? But I feel like this is a good time for you. It's just if you can like just back off from the people around you a little bit and let them have a little more relaxation time, especially before you get into your sign. Like I feel like it's just before, like it's the kind of like that Cancer feeling, like a little emotional, a little just they might need a little rest. And some of them I feel like really do need a legitimate rest. Like they might be like having a little bit of a summer cold or might just be a little run down. They might actually physically need that break. And I'd highly recommend you, if you can do that, let them have a little extra time to themselves. Things still work out for you in the long run. I feel like in a lot of cases, though, it might be a little aggravating to let that happen. But if you can plan ahead or just kind of like divert your attention to something else and let them do something else and let them have their little time, you'll be good. It's not a bad thing. Like I feel like a lot of cases they need that. They really do need a little, like just a little break, just to catch their breath and have a little R&R. You have a great drive. It's a great thing, and it gets things done. Definitely, it's not. I'm not poo-pooing it at all. I'm just thinking in the long run, you could really like make things a lot better for you and enjoy life a lot more if you can just give them a little bit of break. You know what I mean? It'll work out for you even better. Like it's going to work out good either way. It'll just work out better if you can do that. It's funny because I feel like as we tie this into the future, I feel like it's kind of like a check mark here. Like if you can give them this little break, when you get over in the end part here, you won't doubt yourself that much because people will be more positive in the review of how things went. I feel like if you push too much in the beginning here, later you're probably going to hear about it. And it may, because I feel like you're definitely, like, you're not a mean person. I'm not catching any type of mean riff at all. I'm just feeling like you're very determined. And later on, when you're sitting around the campfire or watching a movie, and then after, or having dinner, probably not watching a movie and talking, but having dinner or whatever, it'll come up about, how determined you were. And it may come up a little humorous, but I feel like it'll kind of bother you that they kind of like maybe joke that you were a little bit of a tyrant, maybe. Depending on you, like that may not be the case. So take that with a grain of salt. And of course, you'll probably remind them, I do things that gets things done. Look at the great time we had because I got us through this. So it's not a bad thing. I just feel like in the long run, like this check mark here, this check mark feeling, if you can just let people have a little R&R, like I feel like there's some that really do need it. And I'm feeling they legitimately feel run down, like almost like a slight summer cold where they're a little achy, a little tired, and they just need that R&R. Like, it's not bad, and I just think you might not see it because you're very, like, I want to do this. I'm kind of getting the idea of tunnel vision, like, goal in mind. I have these things we need to do, and let's keep going, and you keep people going, and it's a great thing. Like, you get things done. I mean, kudos to you. You definitely do. I just feel when you get here, closer to the 31st, if you can give yourself a little slack, I just feel like that'll be even better for you too. It'll just flow so much more nicely for you. Definitely good energy. Like, I like the energy I'm feeling here, and I hope this isn't coming off the wrong way because I feel like you're a great person. I feel like there's a couple people in specific that are picking up on this read, and they're getting what I'm talking about. And I feel like you're a great energy, and people very much love you. I just feel like they might like tease you a little bit in the aftermath about how much they had to keep going and how tired they really felt. And you might be like, oh, I didn't mean to do that to you. I didn't mean to be so, I didn't really realize that I was coming across that strong. And you're very caring. I'm feeling like there's a lot of care, a lot of love here. So I don't feel like there's anything bad about that. But, of course, leave me a comment if you feel differently. I feel very good about this. And like, I like this. Like, I know a couple Leos, and this makes me feel good. Like, the ones that I know, I feel like this will go well in the long run. All right, that is your July 16th to July 31st, 2016 read. I'll leave information below about how to get a reading from me if you would like. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great month.